Good morning, guys. It's me, CP.
Me, David.
We're doing a little optical illusion thing here, you see. It's the whole depth perception thing. How's it working for you?
You just have a ginormous head, that's all, Chris.
Maybe I just grew a lot recently.
Yeah.
Hey, so how are you guys doing? How are you doing, buddy?
Not bad.
Good.
Not bad. Can't complain.
Good. All right, so of course we got a lot going on with the upcoming launch of Reshape, which is of course we're really excited about. You guys heard us talk about that yesterday. And so we're going to get back into some questions. Of course, all the questions regarding weight loss, the journey, transformation, everything you got coming. ReshapeTheNation@gmail.com. Send us those questions and we'll keep answering them. So,
yes, please do.
What's the question we got on the plate for today?
Today's question is, this is from
Hold on, dude.
Ash. So I'm guessing it's
That's
Ash.
better.
She asks, I'm 25 and 40 pounds overweight, and I'm trying to lose weight to fit into my schedule. I'm a nursing assistant, and I walk 4 to 6 miles a day at work, according to my pedometer, and lift a lot, so my legs and arms are fairly toned, but my upper thighs and midsection give me fits. Is there any part of your program that could be specialized to those two areas?
Okay. Well, now keep in mind that there's a few things that I hear in there. I mean, first and foremost, it's fantastic that you're staying active, and it sounds like the amount of activity that you're going through, 4 to 6 miles a day, is phenomenal. So that's awesome. When it comes to hips, thighs, abdomen, keep in mind that's typically where the human body or the human beings like to store fat on their body, and I mean we do this for very specific reasons. But really, when some people are more prone to storage of fat in the abdomen. Others are more prone to storage of fat in the thighs. Others, of course, in the butt. So keep in mind, a lot of that is going to be genetically driven. And there's, of course, a saying, you know, genes load the gun, but lifestyle pulls the trigger. So keep in mind, no matter what kind of genes that you're handed, we can still manipulate the amount of body fat that's on your body. Now, of course, I'm sure that most of your body is probably relatively toned, but of course, sounds like genetically your body tends to store in those trouble spots. Okay, so taking a couple steps back, when we are talking about spot reduction, of course, you know, a lot of people say, oh, you know, I carry fat in my abdomen, so if I do a lot of crunches, then I'm going to get a six-pack. Not so. That is one of the biggest myths when it comes to fitness, nutrition, of course, leaning out, body fat. Keep in mind, when we lose body fat, we lose over the entire body. So you're always going to see it happen from the top down. A lot of times people will say, okay, you know, I want to lean out in the thighs, so they do a lot of squats and back lunges. Once again, it's impossible to spot reduce. Fat is lost over the entire body as a whole. So really, it's nutrition that's going to be controlling the majority of I would say the majority of fat loss in the body. You know, when I say that, granted, we're going to use exercise to boost metabolic rate to a certain extent. Then we use nutrition because it's so much easier to regulate nutrition to go ahead and create that deficit. It's that deficit that's going to go ahead and reduce body fat over the entire body, over the body as a whole. So once again, what's going to happen is that it's those specific areas that you're looking at, which is going to be the trouble spots, which are your butt and thighs, and perhaps your lower abdomen. Those are probably going to be the last areas where you're going to lose. That's the way it's going to be no matter what it is that you're really doing, no matter what program you're following. If your body's prone to storing fat in those certain trouble spots, those trouble spots are always the last place for you to lose. Now, can you lose there? Absolutely. But we're going to get you down to a very low body fat. You're going to notice that your face and your neck and your arms and your shoulders and probably your calves are going to be insanely lean, and there's always going to be that one last little spot, and then finally we can tone that part down. However, it's just going to happen over time, and of course, once again, with a really good clean nutrition structure and with a decent amount of exercise and a good natural progressive overload over time. So really, when it comes down to our program focuses on total body exercises. It's going to be pushing, pulling, squatting, crunching. We do those meta boosts in the morning, and then of course we do a ton of accelerators in the evening, and those accelerators are interval walking. And so it's that interval walking. You know, we are going to be maximizing fat loss during that time because we pull a lot of the carbohydrate out of the body. We interval walk, which is going to be, without getting into too much jargon, maximizing this, well, we'll just say the fat burning systems of the body, the oxidative systems of the body. So, and we're manipulating nutrition around that. Really, that's the focus of the program. And so,
Yes.
there isn't any one thing in the program that targets. Because remember, if you're going to target a certain body part, you're going to stimulate a muscle for growth. So say we're going to target the chest. A lot of times when these programs are targeting a certain muscle, you're going to create inflammation. We stimulate that muscle for growth, but that isn't necessarily what you're looking for. There's a really big difference between muscle growth and then, of course, fat loss, which is going to be the layer of fat on top of that muscle. You can't flex fat. So just food for thought there.
Yes.
Hope that kind of answered your question a little bit. Once again, our approach is total body, total body, total body. It's all about boosting metabolic rate as much as you can to create that deficit, which we do with our nutrition structure, so you're going to go ahead and lose body fat over the body as a whole. That's what our program focuses on. Nothing targets, even though you are going to do a ton of squats and a ton of back lunges on the program.
Yes. And the only thing you really need is your couch.
Yeah, that's it. So it's all body weight right there in your living room. You don't have to purchase any extra equipment because, guys, this is real life. So you really can get the most incredible workout with just your body weight, and everything is scalable. So, you know, even if you're just starting out, you just do as much as you possibly can. If the most you can do is, you know, 3 baby ups or 3 push-ups, or maybe 5 sofa squats, or maybe you're even in the range of doing 50 sofa squats. Everything is scalable to your ability level. So,
and I started off slow, and I'm doing stuff now that, you know, regular people wouldn't even try. So.
Oh yeah, and that's what it's about. It's about pacing yourself, starting off slow, and doing what we call that good natural progressive overload to keep challenging your body along the way. Then we do some really cool things where we unload your body and we refeed. But that's, of course, yet to come. So yeah, hope that answers your question. And I know I tangent a lot in a lot of my responses and answers, but it's kind of like I let it flow, and it's always like I always remember something really cool. I'm like, oh my god, I want to share that with you guys, and oh yeah, something else comes up. So bear with me. Yeah, I always like to freestyle on this thing. Wiki, wiki, wick. What do you got going on for the rest of the day?
Nothing much.
Yeah.
When I say nothing much, a whole lot.
Yeah, basically. You're gonna be. I know that he gets so tied down. I mean, the second he hits the computer, it's like 8 hours later. He's done with all of his correspondence, social networking. Can I tell him that you're writing a book?
Yeah.
It's in the
think
process.
A lot of people know that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So
it goes over, the hard knock life.
Yeah. Everything you went through. I mean, it's
been quite the journey,
mm-hmm.
and I'm here right now. So hopefully, a lot of people can learn from it, learn from my mistakes, and the more you know.
All right, guys. Well, have a wonderful Wednesday, and we will see you mañana.
Bye.